kind of a tricky character.
The ground fireballs from like
different
MK3.
kind of zoning tools, the ability to morph into the opponent. He's always been a character that really rewards knowledge, and I think that's been brought into this game in a really cool, fresh way.
Awesome.
One of the new things about him is he wears these claws that have poison tubes attached to them. In Liu Kang's new era, he's still a sorcerer, but he's also more of a scientist, like an alchemist or a scientist into like poisons and potions and stuff like that.
So Liu Kang turned him into an evil genius now?
Yeah.
Oops.
Mistakes happen.
Kind of the Outworld Court's almost like a Rasputin, like a weirdo advisor that's into kind of the mystic arts, but also weird experimentation and stuff like that, which I think is a really fresh, cool take on the character.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's check out his gameplay.
Let's jump in it, yeah.
First thing we'll talk about is the claws, which you can kind of expect he uses in a lot of his normal attacks. Like instead of a sweep kick, he uses his claws. They give him pretty good range. He has a bunch of slashing normals. He's got this back one that acts as a pop-up.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the claw trail. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it looks really cool. One of his key strings I'd like to show is his forward 4, which is this triple kick. Really good range, pretty quick mid. I think it's going to be one of his kind of key normals.
Knocks away.
Yeah. And then let's check out his throw, which I'm a huge fan of because it reminds me of Mortal Kombat 3.
It does.
That's one of my favorite takes on Shang Tsung.
It's awesome. I love when we have those little throwbacks in there.
You can also see he has this quick overhead. It doesn't pop up or lead to combos, but it's pretty fast, and it's going to lead to a knockdown. And here's a really interesting twist on Shang Tsung that I can't wait to talk about. So, there's always a debate. Some people like him when he's an old man. Some people like him when he's young.
Right.
Why not both?
Boom.
Any time during a fight, Shang Tsung can morph into an old version.
Nice, cool.
And this drastically changes his move list.
Like how?
Well, for example, when he's young, his 2-4 is a knockdown. When he's old, 2-4 becomes a low.
Do you think it's because he can't stretch that much in there?
It might be.
Another example, back 1-2 is a pop-up. When he's old, it's a mid that knocks down. However, his overhead becomes a low combo starter.
Interesting. It's because he's just not as flexible old.
And his forward 4 string is significantly longer and has more hits.
That's cool.
Another neat thing is, this is not meant to be something that you have to set up, switching back and forth. It's not something that you need to cover your base. It's meant to be very quick, and it's something you should be going in and out constantly.
Cool.
So in addition, you can see it's pretty quick. You can also do it in the air.
Oh, neat, yeah.
And you can do it in the middle of a combo.
What?
And it's extremely fast.
That's
Wow.
You can also switch
that's just swaggy. Like, it's
and
just cool.
finish combos. Here's an example.
Oh.
So I'm actually inputting it, hitting the morph, and then switching at the end of the combo automatically, and I can go straight into a combo.
Wow.
There's gonna be some cool stuff the community does with
Oh
this.
yeah, which I'll show more when we get into his special moves.
Oh, okay.
So let's go into his special moves.
Sure.
Straight off the bat, you expect it. It'd be weird if he didn't have it. He has the flaming
Absolutely.
skulls. He can do the double.
And he's like in his classic pose too, which
Exactly.
I love.
He also has an EX version that kind of starts off as a kind of reference to his 3D fireball to Deadly
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alliance.
say Deadly Alliance, yeah.
He can also do a fireball in the air. And then let's...
He's just controlling everything.
Yes. Then he has a new move using his claw, which is a claw slash.
Oh.
It's a great combo ender. The EX version has armor, so it's kind of his anti-pressure tool.
Super cool.
Another new move, which again reminds you of MK3, is Bed of Nails.
Awesome.
He summons these, flips backwards. It's like an escape tool if you want to get back to zoning. You can do it as an anti-air. You think they're going to jump. They're going to land on a bed of nails, which is a really painful way to land from your jump.
That's super cool.
And then he also has the ability to morph into his opponent.
He's doing all the morphing.
Yes.
It's morphing time for him.
He can also morph back.
And so will you time out after a while, or?
Yes, he
Okay.
can either morph back on his own, or he'll time out.
Gotcha.
Now, as an old man, his special moveset completely changes. Instead of the straight fireballs, he has a ground fireball.
Oh, it's like his classic. Ah, that is like, I love it.
Instead of the multiple kind of claw move, he has a single one that covers significantly more space. And this is also an armored move. Instead of the bed of nails, he has this injector, where he actually implants you with an injection of poison that mutates you and then knocks you away. Now this has an EX version that is super, super cool. He'll inject you, morph into the opponent, their restand, and then he actually gets a damage buff where he's Scorpion, but he'll be doing even more damage.
That's pretty nasty.
A better Scorpion
Exactly.
than the Scorpion. Yep.
And he has an air fireball of his own, which is like a jumping version of the classic ground skull.
Right. Oh, so cool.
Still in the screaming skull.
Yes.
Is there anything he can't do?
He's pretty awesome. So one thing I wanted to show is the different ways that you can combo.
Oh, yeah.
So you could do stuff like, normally you just combo into this. You can morph mid-string and then do a special move. Another example.
Oh, what?
So I was able to start as young, go into a combo string, do a special move as old Shang, then do the restand with a morph. So 2 different morphs in one combo.
Wow.
Very, very cool.
That's a lot.
Yeah, Tyler's not going to play this character, guys, but that's what I know.
Well, one really wonderful thing about him is, while there's a ton of depth, he's actually not super hard to play because the moveset, the inputs are the same between young and old. So the fireballs, he has 2 different
that's
types
great.
of fireballs, but they'll always be down forward 1. Or the bed of nails move is down back 3, and the injector's down back 3. So, you know, the
They
depth.
translate
Yeah, it
perfectly fine.
translates it's very intuitive while also having a lot of depth to it. So there's a lot to think about, but you're thinking about what you want to do, not how to do it, which I think is a really neat design decision.
So I'd play him like young first round, second round old, and then my canon would be the second round took place 60 years later.
You could do that, but I really think when you get used to him, it's going to be super effective to be going back and forth. I think that's going to be the idea.
It's
And
so
it's really
fast.
easy to do. It's just down,
Yeah,
down, left trigger,
It's
right?
just down and left trigger.
Oh, just
So
down, right.
He is not meant to be challenging to play. The challenge is how you apply the tools. The tools themselves are not meant to be overly challenging.
Gotcha.
And the strings, when you're morphing, it's very lenient. Like, you input it, and then once the special move's about to come out, that's when the morph happens.
Okay.
Very
Let's
cool.
talk about the cameo I chose, because I chose
Yeah,
Shujinko.
yeah, he popped out for a second, but we haven't seen him since.
He's one of the coolest cameos in the game. Shujinko has no unique moves. Instead, he duplicates moves depending on who the opponent is using.
A good mix-up with Shang Tsung and Tsung. They're both
Exactly.
They're both taking stuff.
So
yeah.
just like Deception, he's able to just watch people fight, learn, take after them, and then copy their moves. So his throw,
This is a lot to take in right now.
his throw actually changes every opponent. So he is using Scorpion's forward 4 attack as his throw.
Okay.
He also, if you look at his meter, it's actually different than everyone else.
Yeah.
So he starts out with no ability to use his cameo at all. You call him in, and he will start meditating, and you can see his cameo bar is filling up.
Yep.
Once it's filled, he now has access to moves. So
What moves does he have access to?
I can call him out, and he can do Scorpion's rope spin.
Very
he gets
cool.
1 charge of it. You can see 1 charge went away. Now I need to recharge him, so I can call him in using his Apex punch. And he'll begin to meditate. You can see he's building his meter back.
Now as a player, I'm like, I want to hit him to get him out of there.
Right.
I don't want him meditating anymore.
And I can call him out if I think you're going to hit him.
Okay.
So now with 2 charges, I can do his second move, which is, you know, it had to be this.
Oh,
Get over here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
so could you do a double get over here?
Yes, you could.
Mind blown.
And there's
This
the
timeline's
conquest.
crazy.
Another way to charge him up. And then he gets beat. And you can also, like, you can have him come out, be next to you, and at any time he can peace out. So you're going to want to protect him on screen while building up. Then once the meter's built up, you can call him at any time.
So sometimes I'll use Cameo as a barrier for me to take a hit so I don't have to.
Yes, you could
For
do
you,
that.
you want to be a barrier for him so he doesn't take the hit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's go into the X-ray.
Oh.
There's a lot there.
Wow.
There's a
Yeah.
lot there.
Okay.
So he infects you with Tarkata? Or
Yeah,
is-
that's what he's been experimenting on for the queen. So he's
he
supposedly
just
trying to
walks
find-
around with diseases.
He's a nasty guy.
What kind of person is this?
I-
Well,
yeah.
big shock here, not to spoil too much. Shang's